Okay, so I got a better understanding of where all the fittings are. I had to consult the operator's book. There are 2 fittings that I never even knew existed. They are up there for the window hinge, okay? I never even knew you were supposed to grease them until I was looking in the operator's book, and I said you're supposed to grease them. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'm gonna start greasing them. Let me get to you guys how we do things our way, okay? The operator's book is just a reference guide, okay? It's just a reference to say, hey, every 250 hours, you need to grease that front end. Well, I, okay, put a little bit more grease in it than you're supposed to because, well, that's just what has to happen in order to get this to not wear out. You can see there's some grease right down there. Okay. That's not a grease fit, that's a castle nut. There is supposed to be a grease fitting down here that I missed. And there was one, I think the book said, no? Ah, right there. No. Oh well. Oh, we need to grease this end over here too. If you don't grease your steering cylinders, you'll get a lot of play in them, and then they will be mucho broken. Our road's getting chip and sealed today, so there goes the tack truck. Get a little bit of video of these guys here for a change, doing their thing. Get the road all closed off. I don't know, I guess that's a tack truck. And yet we're still open for business. So, yeah. Man, is that interesting how that stuff works. Drag the truck behind them. The dump truck is in neutral, for those of you that are wondering. That is interesting how that stuff works. Then the pickup truck there will go up to the next driveway and block traffic. Oh, good grief, there's a grease fitting up there. Huh. Well, why can John Deere put grease fittings here, but they can't put them on their gators where the rear suspension, the front suspension is and all that, but we can put a grease fitting here? It don't make any sense. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Nelson at IP Farms. I hope your corn harvest is profitable, sir, just as our corn is starting to turn, and so are our beans. So I just want to give you a quick shout out to let you know that from Ohio, I'm praying for you, sir, and I hope that your 2024 harvest is a bountiful and plentiful. Ew, there's a fire hazard just waiting to happen. Thanks, mice and birds. Yuck. Yeah. Keep that covered. Grab my antenna and we'll go put this on the tractor. Can anybody answer me the question as to why, when you put gas in the gators, or even the white flatbed Chevy that we have, why, when fueling, does it always go better when you hold the nozzle upside down? I don't understand that, and that has always been a question of mine that nobody can seem to answer. You know, most cars you can get away with putting the nozzle in like that, but I don't know, for certain things, why do you have to hold it upside down? There comes the chipping crew back down this side of the road. I don't really know why they don't have the truck sitting in the drive coming back this way, but they did going that way. I don't know. It's how they did things, I guess. It's really slick how that works. Just like a paver, kind of, but backwards. They put the gravel down or grindings to make a new road. Well, so I think I'm ready to get this thing out of here. Got the antenna up on a roof. Got the coax ran in through the window because I can't see how to do it any other way than to Run the coax through the window. We need to back it out and see if we can't talk to someone to make sure everything is working properly. We got it all oh, I didn't grease. Okay, I gotta grease that rear end, and then I will be done. Well, then we'll be ready to back the thing out and go put some fuel underneath here to see if there was a grease fitting for the throwout bearing for the clutch. There is not. And he noticed that the rear main seal is leaking engine oil on his tractor. It is something that can't wait till winter time, but it is leaking. That's what all the oil is on the floor. Okay. So I guess that'll be this winter's project, is tearing the motor out of this tractor and putting a new main seal in it. Got the radio all in this tractor. I know it's not the most prettiest, but hey, it's in it, okay? Now the reason why we done it this way is because there is no room up under here to zip screw the bracket that holds the radio. And plus, you know, if it's going to be in here permanently, what the heck are you supposed to do with all your coax and all that? Rip the dang headliner down and shove it all up in there and leave the antenna up there to get hit by trees and everything? If we were to put a mirror mount antenna right here, we would still have to be fiddle farting around with dropping the headliner, dropping the speakers and all that rigmarole. Run the coax across to the radio that's zip screwed up underneath there, but this way works just fine for our needs and our wants. We're all full of fuel. We're gonna go marry the thing to the grain cart. It's better to do this stuff now rather than, say, the minute that we're ready to go to the field. So we're gonna just run with the original radio that was in it to begin with. CBs are a funny thing, but we can't go two ways because, well, they don't work on the tower. They don't work at, I think Mitchell Communications sold out and another company went in and they're being a real pain in the butt about our two ways. So we just said screw it and went to all CBs in the office and everything. And that's why the CB and the grain cart tractor and a combine. So it is what it is. Got the cart hooked up, got the 1000 PTO flipped, and we are slowly but surely getting things all hooked up. Okay. Well, it's got a 2-button system where you got to push the buttons in going that way in order to get the little jaws to open up on the inside. What looking fuck do we got here? It's all just fucking bullshit. Whatever. Just plug them in, and we'll fuck with them later. I don't know if they're right or not, because everything's all fucking... Yeah, it's nothing as... It's just stupid when you know, zip tie shit together. You can't see what it is, and it just... I think that's really why stuff was meant to be left individual. So that is exactly what you want to hear when you turn the squelch all the way down. Good deal. So he told me to start putting water in this sprayer for Pete, so that way when he comes in, once it's like 140 gallon or so, we're not quite there yet, but at least it'll be one less thing that Pete has to do.